Okay, welcome back, guys. This is a little bit different intro. I'm in my trailer right now because it is miserable outside. And yeah, I've been wanting to do a walkthrough on my new three-wheeler for ice fishing. And I just started getting a bunch of questions this fall. And I don't know exactly when you guys are going to see this, but I figured I'd do a walkthrough and show you guys how I have it outfitted. I wanted to do something really simple with this thing and basically make it like a standalone unit. I have a hitch on it so like I can pull my ice shack if I need to and stuff like that, but I really like to fish off of my machine. So if you're one of those people that likes to fish off their machine, this is going to be the setup for you. And like I said, I've had a couple different people that have bought these, which is kind of cool to know that there's more Honda Big Reds out there. So this is a Honda Big Red 200 SE or E. Comment below if you guys know exactly what the SE or E was, but it's got like a high-low. It's got the big tires on it, but I'm gonna walk through everything really specifically for you guys, and yeah, we're gonna take a look at it. And if you have any questions about anything that I've done to this that I didn't go over for some reason, it's fairly simple. I'm missing one or two things that I normally have on it. They're in my basement. I just keep this stored in here, so I'm going to tell you guys what I put on here, and hopefully it helps some of you guys out. So like, just makes ice fishing so much easier when you can get around and kind of fish off your machine. Okay, so first things first, my Big Red came with this cage. So this part here was an original mount. So there was like, you guys can see that there's a flat rack down there, then there's a cage over this. I forgot where I got this from. I think my girlfriend had this. It was one of those like shelving brackets, or no, that's right. Never mind. I got this at Lowe's. So if you guys have a Lowe's by you, or if you can look it up online, you could probably order this from Lowe's online. I don't know exactly what it's called, but the original piece, these are those brackets that like hang in your like garage or your like a shed or something like that, where you can like hang a bunch of different things up. And this is just a basket. I forgot what it said it was for. It was like miscellaneous tools basket or something like that. But yeah, that fits in there. But what I did is I measured this area out, and I measured this basket, and I forgot what it's measured by, but you guys can see it. It like just hangs over. And then the coolest thing is I found out that my fish finders all fit in here. That was one cool thing. I didn't even plan that way. I just wanted a basket up front really bad so that I could just kind of toss stuff in here. And then I cut down some, I think these were strips of plywood. I believe they're like 2 inches by whatever that was. And I think they're 1/4 inch, but they just fit behind that wire right there. So on both sides. So what I did is I cut them to the width of this, and then I screwed in pole holders to the top and the bottom to make it rigid and like part of the basket. And I made it as simple as possible. So I can keep, I'm back up a little ways. You guys can see, I can keep 4 rods in here and my fish finder. So like when I'm hopping around, I can just put everything right here, go pull my stuff out and use it from there. It makes it so much easier. Like, you know, you drill a hole. If you just have a rod, you can just pull out of here and check to see if there's anything down there. So that was another thing. Oh, and just a side thing, always have bungee cords. Like have like 50 of these things. I have like 5 back there. I have this one. I have one up here in my trailer. I have another. Yeah, those ones are all almost always here. There's a bunch more there. So always have your bungee cords so you can like strap stuff down real easy. All right, so one of the things that I've gotten a lot of questions, because I know people who have had these and had I'll tell you right now, three-wheelers suck at driving on ice if you don't have these 2 things. Chains, which I believe I got from Fleet Farm, and studs. So I think you could probably chain the front one, but I didn't want to mess with anything up here, and I wanted it to have grip all the way out to the sides like this. So I put, like, I'm not going to show you guys, but I probably put 150 to 200 studs in this tire. I mean, you can see them as you focus across this. There are tons of studs in this tire. And then obviously, if you know any kind of wheeled machines and you're an ice fisherman, these chains with the little bites on them, they grab so good. I almost never lose traction. I can go through a lot of snow, actually. I can go through about 6 to 8 inches of snow if I have this and I need to. Otherwise, I have a snowmobile for that. But chains and studs on the front tire are an absolute must if you're going to run a three-wheeler. Okay, so we were just talking about the studs and the chains. One of the biggest things I had to figure out was I had to find an auger rack that would bring my auger up off the back rack here, because I used to just run around with it strapped to the rack with these bungees, but now these bungees are actually for, I believe I got it at Fleet Farm. It's a tote that fits, well, it's not a tote, it's like a plastic bin that fits from here to there, and it's exactly that wide. So like, I don't know how wide that specifically is, but with this tight up against here, I can run a tote and it sits right on my back, the back of my seat here. So I almost have like a backrest. And then that has a lid on it. I forgot, it's like a 40-gallon tote, something like that. If I can find all this stuff, I will list it in the description below. So like the auger rack, if I can find that thing for you guys, trust me, if you got one of these and if that's the only thing you put on it, you'll thank me. But yeah, if I can find that rack, the rod holders that I use, I will try to link everything for you guys down below so you can build out your own three-wheeler and be set for life. But this, if I remember right, I forgot what is it? Oh yeah. So this is the old Digger ice auger rack. And I'm not affiliated with anybody here. This is all stuff I bought, put together. And I will tell you right now, I have had these break in the past. I don't know why they broke, but the company did send me free new ones, and then this was broken. This thing gets like super tough and you got to lube it up and like do stuff to it to make sure it doesn't stick, but they replaced that and those for me. But other than that, that keeps my auger up above the tote that sits here. So you guys got to imagine the tote that sits there. That's why I needed this. Otherwise, I mean, there are people that have those auger tubes or whatever, and I suppose you could probably mount one either on the side or like down the side of this, but then you'd have to like walk around it and everything. What I really like is the fact that with it being up here, it's basically chest level. So like I could just grab my auger and put it down, drill a hole, go grab a rod and my fish finder, drop it down the hole and check. So it makes things really, really, really simple and super fast and basically efficient. So like you can cover more water, catch more fish. Okay, so hopefully going over this with you guys, you can understand that like how my Big Red works and like how everything's set up. And basically, like I said, I kept it as simple as possible. Basket, auger rack, the tote that goes across there. Those bungees that I have on there actually hold that tote down. So if I want to, say I'm not using this for the fact that I have just everything on here, like if I'm pulling my ice shack out, a lot of times I won't bring that tote with, just so that I can like set my rod case and stuff on top of this rack, and it's, you know, it's up off the snow and stuff like that, and you can keep everything elevated. And then I obviously will have my my ice shack. So this has just a regular, if you know what a pin hitch is, so the hitch on here is just, it's just a pin, so the pin goes through there. It's not a ball hitch. So hopefully you guys, like I said, like this simple setup. It's got, like I said, those are OEM tires. I think they're the same giant tires that came on it back in the 80s. I almost forgot. I'm so stupid. This is an 83, yeah, 1983 Honda Big Red 200 SE, or E, whatever. I forgot what the thing is. Like I said, if you guys know what it is, comment below, but hopefully the title and description's right. But yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out, and yeah, I hope everybody's looking forward to me getting out and using this some more, and yeah, keep your fingers crossed for some good ice this season.